What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Word Plus. This is my final day for July to take trades and really get it understood and everything. As you can see, we marked up our ranges. We got our times out. I even marked 8:30 for pre-market open on New York Stock Exchange just because I wanted to, right? I've never been more mad at my own stupidity, dude. I've never been more mad at it. Because I rewatched my video, yesterday's video, like 3 times. And then I compared it to TGR's stuff, right? And then I got to relearning order blocks and breaker blocks. I really went back to the boot camp. I went back to day traders transformation stuff as well. And I was just watching the videos and really sinking in what I haven't put in my notes. I was taking every single thing that he was saying and how he was demonstrating it, how he was identifying it, on the chart, off the chart, all of it. Dude, have I messed up my notes so horrendously bad? And my understanding of order blocks and breaker blocks being just pieces compared to what he has put together in his explanation. Mind the crying baby. He has separation anxiety, ADHD, and a very short attention span. He's completely fine, is being cared for. Going back to charts, though. I'm here to destroy these charts today. Okay? I'm here to destroy them. Do I think I'm going to make this day's trade worthwhile? Is it going to be good? I don't know. Are we going to make a trade today? I don't know. What I do know is that we've pretty much, from me learning, I have redefined 2 of my confluences, what a breaker block is, what an order block is, and essentially where to go from both. Okay? That's currently what I'm looking at. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm trying to go for. Trying to learn it. That being said, before we get too far, let's go ahead and hit up daily, see what's happening here. We're in an uptrend on the daily. We had a huge move down, and as you can see, we closed here, yet opened here for the price, and that is a massive gap. We've been in retrace to reclaim that. We can see it on the 4-hour a little bit more clearly here. You see that price gap there, as well as a fair value gap here. Price came down, hit the order block here, and I know what the order block is, the entire move before the break of structure. We broke structure here off this high. This whole move down was our order block. We came down, revisited the order block, respected it. The fair value gap respected it. We should have seen that. And I'm pretty sure I actually described that on the other video. Like within the first 10-20 minutes, I go in depth on what I think price is going to do based on daily, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour. The whole time was downtrend. The whole time was downtrend. I don't know why I bothered taking longs. That was really, really stupid of me. I cannot believe I actually did that. Okay? I really, really can't believe I did that. We respected the fair value gap and the order block. We formed a breaker block because it came down, right? And we saw buying power out of it. And from this breaker block, we should see continuation moving higher. Okay? For this daily uptrend that we're in. On the hour, and the 4-hour now, it's a little bit more dissected. We had breaker structure there off of this high. This would have been our order block. We waited for the retrace, the breaker block form, which would have been this here. Continuation higher up here. We got a fair value gap saying price would continue higher. Off of this breaker structure, we would have looked for, in the continuation, the move needed prior to identify the order block here. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We can't consider it an order block if there is no break of structure. We're still within trend. Fair value gap suggests continuation, and just so we're on the same page, we already had this here, the breaker block. Actually, no, we consider this an order block. This will be considered the breaker block here, right? This breaker block, just like the order block, is a sign of continuation moving higher. It respected the order block, closed within the same range, and it moved higher. Okay? Okay. So on the hour, we are in an uptrend still. We have yet to break structure here. We've identified that, I'm not entirely sure what the heck this is, to be completely fair. We've identified we're in an uptrend. We're not breaking structure yet. The thought process is, though, price is drawn to imbalances like these right here, and that this is a breaker block. What I want to see happen is this break structure down below this, right? Because this is our current low. This will need to come down, break structure, making this an order block, which means we'll see it break structure, sweep past this. From this break of structure, we want to see it respect the fair value gap and continue higher. If it doesn't, that's completely fine. That is completely fine. We have an order block suggesting move down and a break of structure on the hour suggesting move down. Cool. Or, sorry, order block continuing higher, break of structure continuing down. The breaker block, my thought process is if this comes down and breaks structure, it's coming down to fill this breaker block, and we'll see it come down, wick, close within, and then move higher. Let's go to 30 minutes and see if I marked, yeah, this right here. Because we had a break of structure here on the 30 minute, I figured, okay, where's the order block, the move up prior? So here's our move up, break of structure, boom. That would have suggested down, except we already had an order block here. So this would not be an order block 2.0, this would be a breaker block because it comes down far enough to not only break structure, but fill this order block and then push price even higher, creating a fair value gap in the wake of it. And from that, we have, because this is our now new order block on the 30 minute, we had retrace down, right? But we haven't come back into this area yet. So it's a high confluence area. We have an order block that hasn't been hit on the 30 minute, a breaker block that has not been hit on the hour, and a fair value gap on both the hour and the 30 minute that has not been hit by price at all, except for this right here. It's come down, cool. It hasn't really manipulated the lows. It's come past it, yes, but it hasn't broke structure out of it. And instead, we've made a new low here. Actually, this will be our new low here. Because, no, I'm wrong. Down, up, low. This right here is our new low. Cut and dry. Boom. We came within, respected the fair value gap, saying price is actually going to continue higher, right? That's per this low specifically. But higher time frame holds higher power. So on the hour specific, price is going to be drawn to this breaker block and the fair value gap that's been left here. Yes, prices come down into this, but it hasn't hit the breaker block yet, and I want it to. This right here is an order block that price could come down and hit as well. It's a triple confluence through here as far as I'm concerned. 30-minute breaker or order block, hour breaker block, hour and 30-minute fair value gap. Prime time for price to come down, break structure off of this. It's manipulated the highs through here, right? It's already manipulated past the previous, this high right here on the hour and the 4 hour. No, that's only present on the hour. The 4 hour is just one giant red all the way down. This is the most recent high outside of current trend, and it's already been manipulated past. We see that here. Cool. Because it was manipulated past, this could be considered a liquidity sweep, this high here. Well, for that to be a liquidity sweep, we would need a retrace to cause that to happen, right? We already had the order block, we already had the breaker block. So now my thought process is, because we've had this entire move down and a high that's been formed here, breaker block, because this order block here is what caused this break of structure and the sweep of these lows. So this would be a breaker block that was just formed, right? And then filled based on this here. So what we're looking for is sell power out of this, right? On the higher time frame. In order to get that to work out the way we want to, it needs to present two things. One, a break of structure that allows us to say, okay, this is without question a reversal because it's manipulated past this high. It's filled the breaker completely, and it's pushed past it, right? So now we have this trace up, which is, in my thought process, an order block. This move right here would be an order block. Break of structure beyond, right? And then we would need to look within this time frame here for fair value gap to get filled, inverted, and then this breaker block / order block on the 30-minute and the hour to get hit, filled, and closed below for it to continue lower. Right now, this is a strong area of confluence. I do believe this was manipulated past it. You could see it here, same as me. So right now, my bias is that price is going to go lower based on this breaker block, based on the high that was manipulated past, based on the fair value gap that shows an imbalance of orders that need to be filled, based on the order block / breaker block duo confluence here, showing a filling of orders, right? Now price has got to come down, break structure beyond this low here, which it already looks like it's about to do here in the next 30 minutes. It'll close below that. How much lower it'll go beyond that is beyond me. What I want to see primarily, because we've already got a liquidity sweep, we want to see a break of structure, right? We want to see that break of structure first. We want to see it fill this. We want to see it retrace back up into this area, right? Once it's filled back up into this area, we want to see the order block form. Either a break structure and continue, in which case we'll see the order block being this move down, or we'll see I need to get a better storing system for my computers because I've got one that's like to the left of the right. They're like sandwiched together almost. And every time I turn this way or move my leg or fidget or whatever, it shakes slowly off of the platform it's got, and it'll like divot down because it's got legs of its own, and then it's sitting up on a platform to allow airflow. But every time it moves, it like shimmies its way off and like drops. I'm like, no, don't break the computer. I don't want to break the computer. Yeah. I think I've done pretty good so far at identifying each of the confluences. I think my bias is down for the day. I think the trend is wanting to go down. This right here is saying it wants to get hit, so I imagine it will. We have manipulated past this low here in particular, but we haven't closed past it. The only reason I'm saying down, or the only reason I'd say change my bias, is if we see a break of structure beyond this and a revisit of this key level here, and from that breaker block we'd enter off of break of structure on a lower time frame and then continuation higher from there. And of course all the confluences needed that says, hey, we're actually going to continue up. We have plenty of confluences now, including this all-time high here. We have plenty of confluences down low. I've marked a few through here. We have a couple through this that we could target as well. I don't think it's going to go that low though, because we've already got this huge leg down. We have a fair value gap up here on the 4 hour. We have that's drawn liquidity. We have a fair value gap right here that was respected. Honestly, price can go anywhere. Right now, I'm tempted to say consolidation is what it's doing right now. Right, it's stuck between this range so far. We're not really looking for a breakout. We're looking for more of a retrace. Yeah, not really sure what else to go with that. I want to know what I marked that for. I think this was the order block that's coming within range of, right? Because if it closes below it like a fair value gap, it's a disrespected order block, which means it'll come down, break structure like we're wanting it to, and then from there we'll see it move beyond that fair value gap, inverting it, maybe come within this double confluence order / breaker block here, fill it, wick within, close, and then move higher, which will be good for us. Like if that's what we're thinking is moving it higher. Because outside of that, I mean, we have an order block here that I could fill. We have a fair value gap down here it could hit, although this was filled already. We have a fair value gap here as well as a price gap there. We have a fair value gap there. And of course we have the entire move down outside of I said this entire move down like it was an order block, but I'm wrong. This right here would be an order block because we broke structure off of that high there. Oh, no. That'd be the breaker block. That'd be another breaker block there because it revisited the move here. And then we got a fair value gap there as well. That was inverted. So outside, literally speaking, this is the last confluence I think we could really look forward to. Like the top of that order block. I don't think it's going to move past that. What I think is going to happen is it'll wick within this, close, and move higher. If it closes at all within this, it'll probably like get like real close to the bottom of this, but it won't close beyond it because we have support going up through this that, hey, price is going to move higher, as well as an imbalance saying price is moving higher beyond that. General trend on the 4-hour, though, is down on the hour until we break structure here. We're in an uptrend, which is cool. No biggie there. 30 minute. Yeah, 3 minute. 30 minute. We haven't broke structure yet. Here's our new low here. We're waiting for this to come on down. If it doesn't, okay, no biggie. We're in pre-market now. We also have news. What is news today? My bad. My bad. I'm going to show your secrets. Now I'm messing around. This is 10 a.m. for news. We have 1 red JOLTS job openings and then CV consumer confidence. That's on 10 a.m. Just we're on the same page. I wasn't kidding about learning. I wasn't kidding about going back to the videos and comparing the two, learning the two, redefining the two, and actually getting to terms with exactly what I was after throughout that. I think I have my bias, realistically speaking. I think this is where I say, okay, let's pause the video. I'm going to let price play out for a little bit. I'm going to let it do its thing. If we do not break structure, I'll be reworking from this time frame, or not this time frame, from the hour time frame. Boom. Right here, onward. Because we've already manipulated this high here, right? So it's really got to go beyond this fair value gap here, which we can already see it was respected. Like it's gone so far into it and respected it. That's continuing lower, actually. And right now, I think where price is in relation to the top of this fair value gap, it's going to want to come down, manipulate that order block, breaker block, confluence area first, potentially respect this fair value gap as well. If not disrespected, doesn't really matter. I'm looking for the bottom of this candle all the way down to get hit, respected, and then move beyond that, break of structure, and then continue higher, right? That's what I'm looking for on that notion there. If it doesn't continue higher, then the break of structure will have been a double confluence for me because 1, we'll have broke structure, and then 2, we'll have also manipulated a low per London session, which could fuel the fire for it moving much higher. We want to see the reaction off of this low. We want to see the reaction off of this key level here. And if it reaches all the way down here for whatever reason, okay, no biggie. We're going to be looking for everything under the sun that proves either up or down and in the direction of the break of structure or the continuation confluence off of this right here. That'll be where we move on entering a trade. That being the case, I'm going to pause the video now. We have an hour before market open. I'm going to sit my pretty little butt down, chill, wait till time to move in on an entry. I'll be right back. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Seriously, subscribe. Consider subscribing. Like it if you enjoy this kind of stuff. Comment below what you think about it, and it really goes to supporting me and actually doing this. Hardline mode. Lock in. If we fail today, stay tuned tomorrow. Go to Orbs Vault. It's been added in my previous description. It'll be added in this description of this video here down below. Find the for it. Go to Orbs Vault. That channel will receive a stream that is going to be an update. That update is going to contain some serious information about the future of my channels as a whole, and whether or not I'm going to be posting in the coming weeks. In the event, you'll see it there. You'll see it there. I'm gonna pause the video now. I'll be right back. BRB. We have a minute 40 to close. Just an FYI. Wanted to make that pretty understandable there. We'll let that play out. Do I think price is going to continue higher? For this right here, I think. Because it'll have done two things: break structure and fill those orders, as well as revisit an area where orders had already been filled. I see no reason for it to really go lower. Outside of the 4-hour mark over here. Don't worry, we'll revisit this page here. Actually, you know what? I'll wait. 34 seconds, I can wait that long. Let's see what happens. With this kind of closure, we enter mid pre-market 9 a.m. Close. Boom. So we broke structure. We broke structure here. This is a valid order block. Sweep at the low here. We filled this for value gaps orders, and we are revisiting an area that had orders filled. I see price potentially wanting to continue higher. It manipulated this high. We see it move out, break of structure style. Right. All right. Real quick, let's go to the 4-hour and take a look at something. Because you can see it here, same as I. We manipulated a high that was not present and instead inverted a fair value gap, right? We filled the orders, the imbalance of this fair value gap specifically. Cool. Moving on down to the 1-hour. We are in a downtrend on the 4, just so we're on the same page. We are in a downtrend on the 1. Now, for the break of structure. We had an order block. Cool. What do I want to see right now? What exactly needs to happen now? What do I want to see to happen? I would very much like to see price revisit this area. This order block specifically. I want to see it come up and hit this block here. It's got to come within. It's got to wick within. It can close above and it can close below. Once it closes below, that'll be the look for an entry point. That's currently what we're looking at. We inverted that fair value gap. We closed below it, break of structure style. So full-on reversal off of this manipulation here. From this manipulation, we see move down and a closure, not within, but a wick within this area of high confluence. Breaker block and order block on the 30-minute. From here, if we were to really get into it, right? Because we manipulated a low here, now that we've broken past this, right? We had, remember, order block, then break there, right? For this break of structure here, we had order block, move down. This will be finding trade here, actually, because this is the zone for the order block. We had a visit, break below, move up. Cool. Back down, closure below. Revisit, breaker block, continue on down. For value gap, and now we've hit this area again on the higher time frame. This is the 5-minute we're looking at. On the hour and the 30-minute, this is a fair value gap. Right here is a fair value gap, and this is an order block and a breaker block. on 2 different time frames. We have major indecisiveness here. That's because we've already had these orders right here filled. So what we're looking for at the moment is an inverse or value gap out of this on the 5-minute. Again, do I think price is going to continue higher based on this? Yeah, actually, it would make the most sense because we've manipulated the high, come on down, boom, we hit this. Now we should see price continue higher beyond that. Uh-oh. Here we go. We have a minute 5 for that to close there. I'll see what happens. What I think is going to happen is we have a manipulation on London session. I think what's going to happen is we're going to inverse this fair value gap, right? And within market open, news and the 1030 mark, we'll see the retrace back down into this zone here. Technically, because this was an order block / breaker block that was here, right? This will have been a new breaker block formation for the general uptrend for this right here. Go to the hour. This right here would have been a breaker block form if we close up above this, because we see buying power out of, and we broke structure beyond this right here, and it just continued up, right, without ever revisiting. So this retrace down, breaker block fill, and then buying power up and out of, and then on the 5-minute, same story. Boom, closure. That's a pretty dang close inverse or value gap, if I do say so myself. What do we look for now from this? Because we've already filled, we want it to come back up within this right here. This order block. We actually want it to close above and disrespect it so that way it can continue higher. I said shorts to begin with because of the 4-hour saying we're in a downtrend. The 1-hour says we're in a downtrend as well. We should be looking for shorts because it manipulated past this low. Thing is, we might have liquidity underneath this low, and this low down here, as well as any other conflicts we can find within this. However, we also have a huge fair value gap that's still got to get filled up here. An imbalance of orders that need to be filled, right? And the all-time high that's got to get hit. The price generally wants to move higher on the S&P. See what the NASDAQ is doing, see what's happening. Yar. So we didn't break structure there. We have yet to. Instead, we've moved beyond, and it's created a bullish S&T divergence on NASDAQ. We have this high here moving up to this one, and per S&P, we have this one moving down to this one. You see what's going on now? You see what's happening? If we were to look at this one specifically, we have a break of structure here. Where's the move down prior to that break of structure right here? Price has got to move back down within this to hit this. So what do I think is going to happen? Potentially, price is going to come down and revisit this and then move it higher, right? We kind of nailed that with the S&P. It's come down here, it's filled this, and it's coming back up now to fill this right here. This order block will then, once it goes within, wicks into, will be formed a breaker block. Breaker block's a sign of continuation from the break of structure prior downward. Okay? So we're looking for shorts, not longs. Shorts on down, cool. It filled this and respected it, which tells me it'll actually want to continue higher, but until we see the break of structure on the hour that says, hey, yeah, price is going up, we have to wait patiently. Take a look at the 30-minute real quick. Let's take a look at what happened here. We broke structure on this candle specifically. There's our low, broke structure, cool. Filled that fair value gap relatively completely. Hit all 3 of these confluences within this here. Yeah. fell outside of that range. I'm considering this move down a breaker block if I were to consider this respected. Breaker blocks are a sign of continuation of the general trend. Right now, general trend on the hour now is down. It was up. But if I'm considering this a breaker block, continuation of the trend beforehand, means that this will come up above this, close. On the 30-minute specifically, we'll see a break of structure above this high here. And from this high, it'll break structure. Cool. The reaction should be on the 5-minute that we're looking at. Boom. Confirmed sweep of liquidity would be the inverse for value gap here, and then the continuation of this moving higher beyond that. We wouldn't get it for value gap because we've inverted this one, which is completely fine, completely understandable. So what are we looking for on the 5-minute specifically? Well, because we broke structure with this candle here, and we have the prior move up here, we'd be looking for the order block to come within this range here. Or that would be the breaker block that would need to form to really get that to work. I wouldn't mind seeing price continue higher up into this and a closure, right? That would be a breaker block saying continuation from break structure down. Let me see something. I need to review notes right quick. This one. Okay. That's pretty self-explanatory. I did pretty good on that. It closed, but was it above? I don't think it was. It was freaking close. But I don't think it inverted that fair value gap. I think it respected it. So if that's a respected fair value gap, that means price is actually going to continue lower, not higher. Which means the downtrend on the 4-hour and the 1-hour are valid. And that from this move, we need to be on the look for a breaker block or value gap. I don't know where to find. I don't know how to identify the 75% extension. Every single time I've done it, like I would take this right here, and I would need to do this right. And I think what he does, what TGR does, he puts 100 and 0 from the bottom of the most recent low up to the most recent high, right? Which would be right about there, right? Price needs to go into this area here or this area here for confirmation of the move, right? So I think that's what we're waiting on specifically. 75% extension to get hit. That'll give us a confirmation that we had a liquidity sweep and that price is actually going to continue in that direction. And then after we see that 75% extension closure, we want to see either a breaker block from this order block that's now here, and then retrace back up into this, respect, then continue moving down, right? Which is cool. Or we'll see equilibrium on a higher time frame. I want to take this right here. Can I take this? And yeah, visibility. This one I want to stay on the 5-minute, not the hour. Cool. And then we'll move up to the hour. Boom. Take this. Boom. And then from this high right here all the way down to this low here. Take that there. Cool. And then price has just got to go within equilibrium, which means it'll come back up, respect this zone, which is actually lines up perfectly with that order block. So it'll be a breaker block that we're looking for. That's defined by this. It'll come up within, respect, close, and then it'll drop back down from that point forward. That actually works out quite well for us. Was not expecting that, which means we can get rid of this, I think. Well, no, because that's part of Confluence 1. I'm sorry for the colors. I'm sorry for the colors. Here, I will do this. I will do this. I will do this. I will delete this one because I can identify. Well, that's a 75% extension. How about this? We'll delete this one first. Well, because I've done that. Yeah, how about this? Z. Good. This one gets deleted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this chart. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean for that to be a black screen. I'm going to go to this chart specifically because this is still on the hour. This is going to go from the high here down to... we are at 914 at the moment, so we're looking at that first. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and go to settings. I don't think I haven't messed with this at all. Okay, we're going to take this and this. One of this is going to be 1.75, and the other is going to be negative 0.75, I think. Negative 0.75. No. 0.75. There we go. Good. Take this, put it to white. Cool. Take this, put it to white. Cool. Good. I think this works out for us quite well. We have order block here. Our breaker block is within this right here, this blue range here. We want it to come back up within, respect, and then drop even lower. This is on the ES, and I'm using the same confluence here, except this confluence that we're looking for on this chart is going to be the 75% extension on down. It's got to close within that in order for us to confirm that yes, we are actually moving further down. Because we inverted that for value gap, move down, move up, disrespected that, so it actually is going to move further down. I think we're going to get the 75% extension first. We are not going to break structure in this. We did not get an inverse for value gap. We've already established that. We're waiting on that confirmation through this here first. Let's take a look at MACD real quick, see what's happening. Yeah, MACD is the same story right here. Right? MACD is saying we are in a downtrend. That's currently correct. We have not disrespected that. I think price is going to continue higher from this. The general trend is shorts. We're working off of this potential to get filled. I'm looking at MACD and I'm seeing a lot of red, which tells me we could be hunting for a long off this bottom. It'll be a 75% extension. It will confirm the liquidity sweep from that break of structure. That's going to give us what we need to reverse, right? Because we'll have tested that area enough. We'll see buying power out of. We'll see the breaker block get filled, closed above. Okay. I have figured stuff out. Let's see what happens. It's 9:17. Market has yet to open. I think we're going to be hunting down the long off of this. I think we are. Price wants to continue higher, and right now what it's doing is manipulating not only the lows on the 5-minute and the hour, but it's also manipulating the fair value gap, filling orders, and it's retesting an area where orders had already been filled. Because it decided to not only manipulate the low and fill these orders here, that, again, where there's no balance here, it's created an imbalance through a breaker block. This breaker block is going to then force its way up, breaking structure first, which I believe we could be seeing here in the next little while. And then from that, we'll see move up into this. The only downside, the worst part about this entire setup at the moment is if news comes around, kicks us below this bar here, and we see a closure within, it will have not only manipulated the low, we'll have seen price come down into this. Our bias will be that we're going long off of this move down, right? And that because it kicked us below this bar, it'll actually continue in a downtrend, unlike what we want to see from this move up. But if before news we see price move higher and break above this, hit our 75% extension, fill this order block, we could see again move lower. So it would fall in line with our daily bias that, hey, we want to pull shorts, which is cool, but we need to see it move up. The question is, are we going to get it in time for entry? Because if not, I think I've lined up my bias pretty dang well. I think I did pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good. I really want to get this trade good. I really want to get this trade good. I know where I'm doing my stop losses. I know where I'm going to put them. I know how this is going to play out in both directions. The question is, where and how? Because right now the 4 hour and the 1 hour are in a line. They are holding the power. Is the 30 minute in an uptrend or a downtrend? 30 minutes in a downtrend. 30 minutes saying same story what we had before. Fair value gap, order block, hit of the order block, fair value gap, and the breaker block. That's what this whole block is right here. But the hour, the 30 minute, and the 4 hour say we are in a downtrend per this candle right here. We're waiting for the retrace up, hit this, that'll hit 75% extension, and it'll hit that order block. After that order block, let's go ahead and move this down just a smidge because that's on the 30 minute that I marked that. I think short. I think short. I think short. Go to 5 minute right quick. Because this is entirely based on the most recent high down to the most recent low. Low to high is dancing within that range. We want to see it come up, hit that, and move down. Comment below what you guys think. Is this working for you? Is this okay? Is it all right? We'll see. I get it. I get if you want to wait to push that like button until after we see what happens to the market. Hello, move up. Hello, move up. Hi. Hey, what's up? Hello. Move up. We have 3 minutes, 30 seconds for that to do its thing. It is within the 75% mode. Manipulated low, it hit that. Cool. We're on the 5 minute. We're seeing this right here. I think we're going to see price actually break above MACD confirmation. And because we'll have 75% extension and it will have hit that order block, things will occur. Two minutes, 50 seconds for that candle to close. Let's see what happens. Short is what I'm after. It's okay. It can wake up high. Closer closes within. just to reiterate, we have a break of structure on the 1 hour saying we're in a downtrend. Is it a retrace? I don't know. It's hit an area of confluence that says, hey, orders have been filled. There is nothing to fill here. Now it has to create an imbalance. That imbalance is going to be that large move up. It's got to retest this, close, and then move even further down to hit potentially this, 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 that. Maybe even some of this, maybe even some of this. My thought process is down 30 minutes. That's my confluence. Applying it in real time, this is a breaker block saying it will continue down. Break block is a sign of continuation of the reversal. The reversal is the break of structure, inverse for value gap, and the fact that we had a liquidity sweep on the high side. It manipulated a high, so now it's wanting to go lower. It's got to close within this. Once it does that, which we're cool with, it's got to close within it. Cool. See it drop. This is cool. We want to go to the 1 minute. That's a breaker block confirmed. We want to see break of structure or an inverse for value gap. It's got to close below that, or it's got to close below this. I'm going short. That's the 1 minute that we're on. Let me see what's happening with the 5. Hello, 5. We have Doji with indecision here. Down, up, low is here. It's got to close below that if we want to break of structure. Inverse for value gap wise. Less for inverse for value gap, more break of structure is what I'm leaning towards now. Currently on the 1 minute we're in an uptrend, so it's got a break structure down low there. And once it hits that 5 minute, it's just a matter of watching it plummet, because that right there would be a break of structure. We have a fair value up there. It could invert right there as well. Let's go to 1 minute and just watch. 1 minute's a little bit more risky because it can continue higher and then drop afterwards. 5 minutes going to give us more of a definitive answer. Hey, it's going to drop, so do that. $20 seconds for that candle to close. In a sell position. Let's move up to the 5 for a better picture. Boom, boom. Let's do this here. We want to put this above stop loss. We want to take this, put it up above this right here, because we don't think it's going to go higher than that. And my take profit. I honestly want to go far with this one. Let's go to 30 minutes to really get a glimpse at what's happening. This. realistically, be more entertaining. I think that's wishful thinking. I think this is right up my alley of crazy. I think that's a little too close. This is on the 30-minute that I put that. That. Let's see. Road structure. Good, good, good. We want this right here to be a thing. Putting that there. I think we'd be better off actually taking our stop loss and putting it above this high right here. Yeah, right there is perfect. I don't want to move past that. I'm happy with my stop loss. I'm happy with my take profit. Now the real question. How right is this? How right am I for doing this? Let's see. Yep, it's 9:30, market open. New money's in the market now. Let's see what happens here. The only reason this would be wrong is if the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the 30-minute right now are filling orders, which technically they did, but we've retraced, manipulated high. It's based on that high's manipulation that we're moving in a down motion. So, the question becomes, how well is this going to work out for us? You see the MACD there doing its thing. This is a 30-minute that we're currently looking at here. So let's go to the 5-minute. We came real close right there. News drops at 10. We have 30 minutes for that. I'm more inclined to wait for everything else. Let's actually take a look at news, see what's happening there. Because I do believe we had a problem last time. Okay, sure. This is the thing. So we had, let's look at Jolts. We have actual is greater than forecast is good for currency. So if this is greater than this, price goes up. Previous was this, forecast is this, which is lesser, so we should be seeing price go down. It's been at a steady increase over the past 2 months. I don't see why it would continue lower, but there's always that potential. And then our orange folder, if actual is greater than forecast, good for currency. We have forecast of greater, previous was lesser, and it's been on a decline for the past 2 months. It was inclined a little while ago, but now it's declined a little bit. So I think it might continue down, and in the event it does continue down, we'll actually see price move down. So currently banking on this to do its thing. Every time we've seen one of these, it hasn't had much effect on the market. Then again, I could be wrong, and it could very well have an effect on the market. We don't really know that. I don't really know. So I'm going to say I'm more than inclined to wait for both to come out before I make a decision on leaving. I do intend on using a way of scaling out. Every time we hit take profit, I'm going to scale out by 0.02 lots, so 0.02 off of this, and I'm going to just let the rest of it fly, right? And let it float until we see a reversal or it hits a stop loss, and I just say, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and take it and go. That'll be what I do. This trade, I intend to scale out by 0.02 every single time until we hit that final take profit. And if we don't hit it, that's completely fine. I'll take as much as possible, and that way I'm not losing too much, and it works in my favor. I make a profit. That's the goal. I saw something on the Reddit strategy forum that I was looking up that said, if you're not taking profit, someone else is. I'm so happy I've come across that information, that tad bit of advice to new investors from an experienced one, because man, oh man, I have been looking for someone to say that for a while, for me to fully understand and appreciate what that meant. I understand how to scale out now, and I intend to do so. We're on the 5 minute when this is occurring, so patience is needed. I intend on being patient. I'm going to let this play out till 10 o'clock, let news hit, and once it does hit and it's done and out the way, I'll pause and leave. Either news stops us out, the reaction from news stops us out, or the idea in general is right, and from news we see a progression and continuation of trend, and that would be me pausing the video until either A, I'm happy with the trade, or this is good with the trade, or that's good with the trade. We could just watch it unfold. Okay? That's what I'm thinking. Don't give me a reversal. No, no, no. I'm gonna mute the mic so that way I'm not playing copyrighted crap over the mic, and you guys can still watch this without me really pausing much. So I know you guys saw it the way I did. I just closed 0.02 lots. I'm trying to figure out partial close 0.02 lots. I am currently waiting on the rest of the fall. I did hit the rest of these take profits on the way down. My first take profit was this level right here. This one right here. I know that's hard to see with this crap in the way, but that blue line was my first take profit. Oh, 0.02. So I made a mistake. And I'm more than definite. I'm going to catch it on camera myself. I'm going to rewatch this video. I'm going to see it happen again. I cannot believe I just did that. I closed 0.11 when I meant to close 0.02. Oh, that was so stupid. Why did I do that? No, actually, I could probably see it right here. That crap. I didn't want to do that. The idea's right so far. We got 9 minutes for news to come out. Let's see what exactly happens. Let's keep it right there so we can see where it's gone, where it might go. I cannot believe I did that. Ugh. Math, man. Math and using the scale back. Ugh. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe I just did that. If the rest of this is right, yay, we made the amount I was after. Not because the freaking... We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds for this to close. News is about to drop. Let's see what happens. So far, the trade idea is correct. We have fair value gap. We have the break structure needed that says continuation down on the 5 minute. What's the 30 minutes saying? We have a solid red line down. Move up. There's our order block. Move down. Cool. It swept past this low. It swept past that low. We could have honestly claimed this and this, which I think we did, right? This is a recent retrace back up. No biggie. The hour continuing down for that break of structure. I almost want to sell again, not to overtrade, but to re-enter what I had before. So that way the gains are still an option, right? However, the large wicks are a smidge concerning. If we get a doji right here, I don't know about that one, Chief. It's 950 now. 953 specifically. We have, sorry. I am wrong. It's not a minute 20. For this candle to close, it's a minute 20, but for news to come out, it's 7 minutes. We have a little bit longer to go. How long have I been recording for? An hour 15. Not too long. I think I did stellar today. I really do. I think I want to re-enter. I want to take this down to not 11, but let's give it 8. Let's give it 8. 2 positions, one's at 8, one's at 2. When we hit that take profit, we'll close out of this position entirely, and on this position specifically, we'll manage it out. We're going to set the stop loss. Oh, wait, no, it's the same. Okay, so that works. Okay. We'll keep that one there, and then this one specifically, we're going to take this down a notch. We're bringing this all the way down here. Good. Confirm. Good. Both of those are now in sync. We see this one and this one. We are gold at the moment. That's completely fine with me. Not to inspire over trading, but to realistically get the profit I was after in the first place. We made a mistake, waited for the retrace, re-entered. It's cool. It's fine. I'm cool. I'm fine. Let's figure this out. Realistically speaking, right now, I could probably roll out of 2 on this. About this, because news is about to kick in, we have 9:57 on that one specifically. We have 3 minutes for news to kick. Let's see. We have 2 positions open. Let me see what news is doing. News is coming out right now. We have 2 actuals inbound. Let's see what happens. Let's see. So it flipped the 2 when I edited the stop loss, take profits. Because we're still positive 4 on the 1, which would mean this right here is positive and this right here is negative. This has more in it than this does. We have a minute 40, I think. Yeah, minute 40-ish. Move up, that'll hit the order block, I think. It won't stop us out, but it will hit the order block, and then from that we'll see it move on down. Let's take a look at the 30 minutes, see what's happening. 30 minutes, still a large move down. That candle has been all over the place. Technically, we could have pulled back even more right there, which we should have. That was a dumb move on my part. I need to be more active on that note. We have a minute to go for news to come out. See what happens in the next little bit. So far, we're on a downtrend. Move up. Cool. Yeah. Let's take a look at the 5. Let's go back to the 5. See what's happening here. Because that'll tell us quicker than the 30-minute will. What's happening with news. 40 seconds. Yeah, 40 seconds. All right, let's see what news has to offer. That one's greater, so we'll see it move up. That makes sense. See what this one's going. We have decrease on forecasts. Cool. Less, so that's pushing price down. That's what we wanted to see off of this one. Not entirely sure about this one, so let's see what happens. We have 4 minutes for that to close. We are 5 cents below the first entry, and we are 9 cents above the second. Both are in short. We waited for the retrace off the first green candle right there to enter in on the second position. Did not intentionally think it would continue higher, but that's completely fine. The trade idea is still correct. We have not really failed it yet, so I'm inclined to think we'll see it continue lower. News has pushed, how much greater difference is that? 97.2 compared to 9.5, so it's greater than the actual, it's greater than the forecast and the previous by a little bit, but the decrease from that should outweigh it. So we should see price move down from news. That was weird. Cannot believe I closed 11.11 instead of the 0.02 that was after. That was annoying. I can't believe I did that. I did it though. I'm that dumb. Closing out 0.02 this time. That's non-negotiable. That's happening. So, nah. And this is the one that's the first entry up here. Oh, I'm wrong. That one's the one I'm after. Okay. So that was 8-cent charge on that. So we'll partially close this one. Yeah, we'll go ahead and let that pay for itself. Position closed. Now we're working with this one. This is going to look really, really weird. I'm glad it's here and I can see it, though, for the full frame. It that should not be over that. It's over that. Big oof. I could probably see the transaction here. Like, this has got the time on it. The trading view. Let's go ahead. This is trading view. I don't need trading view. I need trade locker. It's right here. We're negative 3 cents, but that's okay because we paid for the fee off of that last one for itself. We made a couple pennies. Not super bad, but at the same time, we want to see this drop much further down. I know it's wishful thinking to think it'll actually continue on further down, but that's legitimately the goal at the moment. I want to see price barrel through the take profits. I want to see it go so far low to hit some of these down here. News is come and gone. The idea is currently incorrect. What I'm going to do is pause video now. I will resume video when either A, we've taken profits, or B, we have stopped out. I will be right back momentarily. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, had a great break. You've had time to eat breakfast. Enjoy your mid to late morning. We are now entering the afternoon. I've been recording for an hour and 30. I've been waiting all the way till 11:30. We have taken a successful trade, and as you can see, it's panned out for us quite well. Take a look at that right there. We hit our final take profit way down here. It is still tanking on the S&P 500. Our daily bias was semi-married throughout this entire transaction, and you can see where we scaled out throughout the entirety of this. And as you can see here, we banked a little bit. We made a boo-boo, but we banked. We all right. We gold final position on 48 cents right there. The end result from the original trade, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make something perfectly clear. That's the fee. We took a trade here. This was the 28th. We're on the 29th right now. We took this trade on the 29th. Charged us a fee. This is where we scaled out to begin with. 5 cents. Not biggie. We then scaled out again. Second time. Got 38 cents from that. Fee again. So we made a boo-boo here specifically because we had to re-enter after closing out of this, which I did not want to do. We closed out of this position, re-entered, and so it charged us 8. We lost that 8 cents off 30. No biggie. Not a problem. And then after we re-entered, we closed out the first position, which was this one. That was the totality of the very first one off of this original entry. I think, is it this entry? The trade. This entry specifically. This was the final position of this. And then when we re-entered here, it gave us this position, and then we continued scaling back from here to here to here, and then we finally hit our final take profit here. It was not enough to reverse the damage that has already been done from literally speaking, all of this. That's a lot more green in a consistent row than I've seen in a minute. So I'm allowed to be happy. I'm allowed to be good with this. The trade idea today was correct. My bias was correct. We murdered the chart. We gave everything we needed to in order to prove that this was going to go down. We waited for the confluences needed in the correct order. This is my de facto video on what exactly I need to be thinking of, saying of, everything like that when I go to take a trade from here, from this point onward. This is my de facto video because this was fire what I did here. Just to recap on everything that just happened, everything that occurred. Let's go to the hour. Boom. Good. What exactly did we see on the hour? Well, we didn't really look at the hour. Did we? Did we look at the hour? I don't know. We recapped on order blocks. We recapped on breaker blocks, what they meant, and exactly how they function, right? From the order block video, we determined, okay, it is the entirety of the move before the break of structure in the opposing direction, right? That entire move is our order block, and a breaker block is the retrace back into the order block's zone. So, just so we're on the same page, we see a break of structure here, or more accurately, I'm going to be absolutely accurate with this, okay? I'm going to be accurate. We had a break of structure off of this high specifically, because up until this break of structure, we were in a downtrend, okay? The retrace before this break of structure is our order block. So boom, we have our order block here encompassed by this entire range. Gold. The top of this order block was then retraced into by this low. It didn't entirely respect it. It didn't entirely disrespect it. We treated this retrace as a breaker block on the high time frame. Okay? After we see this breaker block, continuation of the previous break of structure, which was here in the uptrend, it did that just as we wanted to happen, right? From this break of structure, we see it continue up higher, manipulate past this high here. Understand that we had been in a downtrend, and even on the 4-hour, let's triple check here, we were in a downtrend. Per this break of structure, we hadn't break structure out of it. Down was the direction it wanted to go, and so that was our decision for the daily. For the 4-hour, though the daily said we were in an uptrend, the 4-hour said we were in a downtrend. It needed to retrace. That's exactly what we hunted for. So, we had a breaker block there, break of structure, not break of structure, just so we're on the same page. We saw this and went, this doesn't make sense, so let's reiterate this. This is a breaker block, 1. From the break block, we see it continue higher, no biggie. We note that this is a breaker block. We note that this is a order block. We note that this is a break of structure and a fair value gap, an imbalance on the higher time frame. Imbalances are orders that have not been filled, that need to get filled, and where price is more than likely going to be drawn towards, as well as liquidity lying up underneath each of the lows. No biggie. No biggie at all. We noted all of that down. We went to the 30-minute and really dug in trying to find any other confluences we could hit. We technically already had a confluence here, an order block on this smaller time frame. We had break of structure there, move up, order block. We saw that price move back down and said, okay, this is a very high confluence focused area, right? It's super saturated with confluences that we could take into account. So my thought process is, let's draw a box over this order block specifically, because it's smack dab in the center of our breaker block and a fair value gap. Already imbalances. This order block specifically led to a double break of structure, boom, and then from this now order block slash breaker block on the higher time frame, we see the move up higher. Okay, so we continue higher from here. Good. I'm going to retract what I said just there. This is not considered an order block because it's not the move up in the continuation of the order block, right? The break of structure in the direction of, we need to find the repeat move. We need to find the move before in the up direction showing, hey, this is our order block. This order block caused this break of structure, right? And this was a breaker block showing continuation from this previous order block over here that we would have been moving higher. This is not a order block. This did not cause this leg up. this leg up over here did. This leg right here caused this entire move up. That being the case, we waited patiently for a retrace. Said, okay, we have move down, move back up. Here's the manipulation of the high. This is where things got a little dicey. This is where things got a little more. We need to get technical about things because this was closer to live price action. We waited for price to get manipulated and then come back down. We needed price and wanted price to come down all the way into this and manipulate the confluence. We wanted it to respect it. We wanted it to come back up and fill the 75% extension on this Fibbo here. We broke structure first, retraced down, which is what we wanted, respected this, moved back up into the 75% extension range, as you can see from this move here. We could have gotten a better entry up here, but I chose to keep things on the safe side. We waited for the entrance over here of the 75% extension to confirm that this was, in fact, a liquidity sweep. Aside from that, we waited for that to get hit for the first confluence. Our second confluence, if I'm not mistaken, was... let me see, because that was retrace into here. Cool, respected. Move back up into here. We did not get a break of structure. This, oh wait, news was way over here. News was over here. Wow. We had to retrace back up into this. It closed above, but it did not break structure out of this general downtrend except for like right here, which was K. It was all right. We expected that retrace to happen and needed to break structure to go up into here. It had respected it up until market open. Market open came around. We saw a giant move up and giant move down. Severely hindering, that was our doji, long-legged doji that occurred. We broke up above it, and just as quick as we broke above it, boom, we had a smackdown right there. Price wanted to continue in that down direction. We did not break structure. What was the other confluence? Because we broke structure up into this, right? It hit our 75% extension. We wanted it to fill this order block, breaker block. What is this? What is this right here that we did? Hot dog. This is the bottom of this move here. This, I think, was order block. Yeah, because this was the move down. This was the move up that caused this break of structure. So it needed to come within this range here, respect it, and then move down on the higher time frame, on the 30 minutes specifically. So this was the bottom of the order block that caused this break of structure here off of down up this low. We got the break of structure, order block marked, triple confluence marked, and then from there we see retrace up, respecting of the order block. Continuation, move higher, but it still respected it. It closed within. That gave us another confluence. Because it closed within here on the higher time frame, we checked this on the higher time frame just to confirm that we were still in the downtrend. We were in a downtrend throughout all of this. We got confirmation that it respected this order block and then that it would continue further down. We then went to the 1 minute. Not the 1 second, but the 1 minute, right? We saw this leg up here, and we waited for an inverse for value gap or a break of structure back to the downside. We entered here on a short position. And this was after we broke structure off of this low here into a short. We watched price continue up higher just a little bit. We gave it a little bit more slack, no biggie. We saw inverse for value gap. We saw the break. From there, it was a scale out of take profit 1. We hit all the way down here real quick. I waited. I wanted to see if it would continue lower. It didn't. It actually retracted a little bit. So we scaled back a little bit here. We screwed up in this because I meant to take out 0.02. Wound up taking out the rest of the position. Did not mean to do that. We had 0.02 left. And so we closed out of that here. Out of this one here, and then re-entered here after the retrace back up. After the retrace back up, we saw it continually drizzle on down, continue on down. We scaled back again here. This was off this one, and then there was another one. I think it may have been this one right here. These three were the closure. I think this one was the complete closure. Oh, no, there's this one right here. This was the complete closure of this position. And then every closure, this one on down, was the scale back to this position right here. So we hit 1, 2, 3, all the way down here. I think we scaled out a little too fast because I sat here for a minute waiting, and sure enough, we went down into this and claimed our final take profit for today. We took a little bit of a risk, not gonna lie, just a little bit of one, because we decided to invest with so much, and the thought was initially that per the daily bias, price was going to go down, but because there were no other orders here that needed to be filled, price would actually continue higher. But we then realized because it would have respected this order block first, price would continue down anyway, because it was the order block that would have resulted in this sweep to begin with. Ultimately, we had a trade worth taking, and we came out on top today, which is something I have had very few chances to say about trading. As for our end results, boom. As you can see, we have all this green here. We sold first, like right there, and then we closed out a position. We opened up again. This was our second position we opened. We closed out, final close, boom, and we ended with 1776 on our order, on our equity, our total account size. Was that where I wanted to go? No, it wasn't. I was entirely invested in making back all of what we lost. Could we have sat in the market a little bit longer? Sure, we could have, but that would have been even more risk to wait and see what that would have happened. And honestly, I didn't feel like losing any more than what I already had. So we made back a decent amount. It wasn't as much as I would have liked. I want to make more. I want this kind of trade to happen again and again and again and again. And I know I'm going to lose time in and time out. My goal is to make more. Not out of greed, but to make more. Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new on the comeback or considering day trading. Go to TJR, actually, because I don't know how to teach this. I'm learning this firsthand. Comment below if you're experienced or new and are curious about some things. I'm very, very, very curious as to what you guys have to say on the progress I've made so far. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I did. I am pumped to make more later on. That being said, thanks for watching. I will see you each and every one of you in the next video. Peace.